Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol BVTK. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like a few weeks worth of time, it's actually just the past few days broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think that's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I did this analysis yesterday, so that's where that red line up annotation is coming from. But definitely some updates here need to be made as the pullback has continued. Again, like I said yesterday, and I just want to really just kind of clarify things, because from a presentation standpoint, kind of some gray area here, because everything revolves around perspective. What do I mean by perspective? Well, if you're a day trader and you bought somewhere up around there, or you bought right there, or you bought right there, and you wanted to sell within 2 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you the chart looks terrible. But if you care about the big picture of things, the grand scope of everything, the bulls are still in full control, and I'll explain what I mean by that, but they have an opportunity to build a higher base. So going forward, if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just had a different strategy and perspective going into the chart. How can I sit here and say that after such a deep pullback that the bulls are still in control from an overall perspective? Well, for those of you that watched yesterday's video, you should know exactly what I'm about to talk about here. But it all revolves around the pink line there, which I talked about yesterday, the very famous 200 period simple moving average. And this is why I laugh at people and say, oh, charts don't work. Charts don't work on penny stocks. What a coincidence, right where it decided to bounce today. Not once, but twice, right off that pink line. Now, am I sitting here trying to proclaim that I have some sort of secret strategy? No, I'm not. This is something that anybody can learn how to do. You just got to put in the time and effort to learn how to read charts properly. And, if you don't believe me, that's fine. You can just go back and watch the video from yesterday, and you'll see I talked about that pink line, and that's exactly where the price bounced off of from there. So from a trading perspective, I can guarantee that there are some, people that were sitting there, traders that, picked up some shares, and, whether or not they're still holding, I have no idea, but they're sitting very nice and in the green right now. And then from a longer-term storybook perspective, that's exactly what you would want to see happen, because if the price breaks below that pink line, or worse, it starts to separate to the downside of it, that's where things get a little bit sketchy. But to be fair to the bulls right now, and to give credit where credit's due, so far so good. The price not only held above that pink line, but bounced off it exactly like you would want to see it. So going forward, that remains the top priority. So I'm not even going to bother talking about resistance levels, because in my opinion, breaking resistance levels, not really a thing to be concerned about right now. The top thing to be focused on for the health of the overall chart is building that higher overall base and staying above that long-term moving average. So far so good. We'll see how the bulls close out the remainder of the week. Still 2 days left. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now, and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.